Good morning and welcome to our daily devotion. Today I have probably more of a thought of a day, but um, I have some scripture that I think we all need to mull over as well. Um, have you ever been hurt so badly or shocked by something that somebody did so badly and you reacted very badly to it? um, I want to share something personal with you. You guys all know that I'm very open with you, and I I share my heart with you guys. A few days ago, um, a friend of mine and I both were hurt very badly by somebody that I admired and cared about a lot. That we were, good friends and good friends with the family, and I was so deeply wounded by this person. And my first thought was I wanted to lash out, and then I said, well, if I have to forgive him, I'll forgive him, but I will never speak to him again. I don't want anything to do with him again. And then, I cried half the day, talked to my pastor, and talked to my other friend for most of the day. And, it's just one of those things that you just have to work through. But in doing so, God has a way of just hitting you with things over and over and over again, bringing things up to mind. And when we have those moments, we need to spend a lot of time in prayer and thinking about things. Now, I can't really go into the situation and what it was, but I think this person had intentions to, what they said was relevant, but how they said it was damaging. And the more and more I thought about it and talked to my pastor and read the Bible and prayed, I felt like, okay, so this person probably didn't mean to hurt me and my other friend as bad as they did, but they just didn't know how to react and handle the situation themselves. But, God has, like I said, God has a way of throwing things in your face. And one of the things that I heard, I was driving and I heard it on the radio, and it was about the golden rule. And we all know the golden rule: do unto others as you would have them do unto you. But the one I heard was a little statement made: we tend to judge people by their actions, but judge ourselves by our intentions. What if we did it the other way around? What if we judged people by their intentions and judged ourselves by our actions? But for most of you who have been Christians for a long time, who've been in the Bible, you know where the golden rule comes from. But for those of you who may be new, the golden rule comes from the Bible. It comes from Matthew 7:12, and it was on the Sermon on the Mount. And the way the Bible has it phrased is, in everything, therefore, treat people the same way you want them to treat you, for this is the law and the prophets. And it's involved, that verse is involved over the years into the golden rule. But it is true. We are to treat people how we want them to treat us. And while I was so hurt and angry and everything else, I had to stop and think and pray about it. And eventually I'm going to this person and we're going to work this out. But last night at church, we were talking about why Christians don't give up. And we may go into that one day. But there was a quote by Chuck Swindoll that slapped me in the face. And this is something I want us to think about today. It says, we cannot change our past. We cannot change the fact that people will act in a certain way. We cannot change the inevitable. The only thing we can do is play on one string we have, and that is our attitude. I'm convinced that life is 10% what happens to me and 90% of how I react to it. And so it is with you. We are in charge of our own attitudes. And I totally agree with that. But it kind of slapped me in the face. Like I said, God has a way of bringing things to you when you're having a difficult time and struggling to answer your problems, to answer your questions that you have. So my friends, my hope and prayer is that for you, when you have somebody that hurts you really bad, that you cared about, Before you go through the anger and really ruining a relationship, stop and pray. Ask God to help you handle it. Remember the golden rule. Treat people as you want to be treated, for that truly is the law. And remember, you are in control of how you react to those situations. You control your own attitude, your own thoughts. So my friends, I hope you don't have to struggle like I struggled for the past 4 days. But in doing so, it's a learning process. We all learn. And I've always told you 100% I'm not perfect. But I always told you I would be honest with you as well. And that's where my heart's been for the last few days. So I hope and pray that you will be able to, before you have that knee-jerk reaction, talk to the Lord, pray about it, read the Bible, and then go to that person and tell them in love how they hurt you, and let's work it out. Thank you, my friends, for joining me this morning. I will see you all tomorrow for another daily devotion. God bless and have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.